Hi, I'm Scott. Welcome back to Synth Stuff. I know, I said I wasn't going to do another Montage M video. Yesterday I said that. However, I now have very good reason to believe, and in fact, I 100% believe that the ANX engine, analog modeling engine, is part of the new Montage. Let me tell you why. Alright, so yesterday I showed you this screen. It was from the teaser released by Yamaha, and it looked like a new graphical representation of signal flow. Well, there was a user on Facebook who edited that image to flatten it out to give us a little bit better look at it, and it looks like this. And if you look, you can see what appears to be on the top left an oscillator, and then several envelope generators, and as well as an LFO, and those are all connected and triggered together. That does not exist in the Montage currently, and that is a representation of analog signal flow or signal path. So that looks like an analog engine or ANX engine. Okay, so that's pretty good evidence, but then I took a really close listen to the sound samples that Yamaha released. The first one is this pad. If you listen to this, what I'm listening for is something that the existing Montage could recreate using AWM2 or FMX. FMX can generate a lot of analog sounding sounds. I've actually done videos demonstrating how to do that. AWM, of course, you can sample something and it'll just play the sample. So this one, it could be an FMX sample. There is a little bit of noise that comes in at the end. You can hear that. That could be a separate part that maybe is coming in by aftertouch or something. It also could be analog generated. However, then we hear this one. All right, this is totally different. This one, you can hear the waveform that's being used to generate the sound gradually morphing and changing. So could you do that with AWM2? Not really. You could have one sample and then maybe intermediate samples, but you're limited to 8 parts, and there's no real way of morphing between those in a gradual way that isn't going to be noticeable, because there's a lot of different oscillator sounds they have in there. Some of those could be effects, but I don't think so. I think most of what you heard in that sample is actually the oscillator changing and morphing. Now, could you do that in FMX? No. FMX can actually create those types of sounds, but in order to do that, you have to select the algorithm, and in order to change the algorithm, you can't morph from one algorithm into another. You could do it in different parts, but again, you're then stepping and you're limited to 8 different parts. So I think what we're hearing is an LFO or some other control, maybe a super knob, morphing the qualities or the characteristics of an oscillator, an analog modeled oscillator. I mean, I've been doing synthesis for a long time, and from listening to that sample, along with what we see on that screen, I believe that what we hear in that synth-based sample is an analog modeling engine that is morphing and being controlled by either super knob or other controls on the synthesizer, which to me says that ANX is 100% part of the new Montage. I had someone ask me in the comments yesterday in my video whether I would be upgrading to this new Montage, and my answer was, well, you know, the new controls are nice, but unless there's something really different and new to the new one, I probably wouldn't upgrade. But if that ANX engine is part of the new Montage, which I now believe it 100% is, I have a feeling I will be upgrading to that new Montage, because that is a huge upgrade, and it takes the Montage into the next level. Dare I even say Hydrasynth level, possibly. We'll have to have a look at the engine once it arrives. Anyway, that's it. That's another short, quick video, and I promise, last video before the Montage release announcement. Unless there's some major leak that announces something, you know, incredible that we haven't already heard about. All right, again, if you have questions, comments, leave them in the comments section below. And if you like this kind of stuff, hey, click like, subscribe, check out my other videos. Thanks for watching.